Build-A-Bear Workshop was founded in 1997. Our first store is at the St. Louis Galleria. And so you are a generation raised on Build-A-Bear Workshop. You don't know a time before Build-A-Bear Workshop. But there was a time that the only way you could buy a stuffed animal, and not that we wouldn't love them because they're always been cute, is just off of the shelf at a Target or Imagination Toys or someplace that you might be shopping or on a vacation and you saw something cute, and that's what you bought. But we changed that, and just like a lot of entrepreneurs, changed the way things are. After all, Howard Schultz didn't invent coffee, he invented Starbucks, a way to sell it better. Ray Kroc didn't invent hamburgers, he invented McDonald's and a way to sell it better. And the list goes on. I mean, even Steve Jobs, as brilliant as he is, he didn't invent music or music on the go. We had transistor radios long before he thought of it, but it was always portable music. And so how those things change and evolve over time, and what an entrepreneur does is to see those opportunities and to take those opportunities to the next level. And lots of us, including all of you, I am sure that you all have had an idea, something that you live with every single day, and you said, why is it like that? Why couldn't it be X? Or why couldn't it be Y? There's absolutely no reason. I mean, there's obstacles, there's things that you might have to encounter along the way, but there really is no reason. And I think the best ideas in the world are really sitting inside all of us, just everyday average people as we go through our life. But we don't think about it in that way. We just think that's somebody else's problem, or you just live with that kind of thing that really nags at you. Like one of the ones that's really something that's always bothered me for decades, it's been that big of a pain. You know, when you go to a hamburger place like McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or someplace like that, and you want to put ketchup on your french fries or ketchup on your hamburger, and they have those little packets and you have to tear them open and they get all over your hands. These little packets have not been reinvented, quite frankly, for a long time, because I can remember when we had little packets when I was, a teenager and younger than that. And one day I walked into Chick-fil-A in Chicago. It is my favorite, restaurant. I hate to admit it, but if I see one, I would like to eat there. And I walked in, and I was on my way to a meeting, so I was dressed up for a meeting, and I didn't want to get all that stuff all over me, but I was really hungry for you get close to it, and you can smell it, and you want it. So I walked in, go over to the condiment section, and all of a sudden, I see these new ketchup packets. They're called the Dip and Squeeze. And actually, they only have them at Chick-fil-A. And you can either squeeze it out of the top, or you can peel it back like kind of a honey mustard sauce and dip your french fries in, so it's not at all messy. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. I was so excited. I mean, how could you be excited over a ketchup container? But I knew that the person that invented this just happened to be madder than I was about it, because it was really staring us all in the face. I mean, we've had honey mustard dipping sauce for a long time, but nobody had taken the idea of making that same container, out of the top of it a squeeze bottle, and out of the bottom a little flip up that you could just put your french fries in. So I was so excited. I couldn't wait to get home and tell the world about this. I thought I had discovered it. And so I was going on my Facebook page, and I was going to write on my Facebook page about it. I'd taken a picture of it. I'd actually asked the manager if I could have some. He looked at me like I was crazy. Yeah, have as many as you want. And and when I got to the Facebook, I said, I want to look this up. So I just put in Dip and Squeeze, or Heinz Dip and Squeeze, I think I did. It was Heinz ketchup. And lo and behold, there was a Facebook page with like millions of Facebook fans. And the best part about it was we all thought we had discovered it. We were all excited about it, and we wanted to. Now, how often would a ketchup or a mustard container, have a Facebook page? So it's pretty exciting. But I realized that all of us were feeling the same way, that this was thousands or millions of people that just were mad about something, but we didn't do anything about it. And it's not that hard to invent that, especially if you have an engineering brain and you think about it. And honestly, they just copied the honey mustard dipping sauce kind of container. It's about that size. They probably save. It's probably more expensive for Chick-fil-A to buy them, but they probably have they waste less ketchup, because a lot of times you'll see people, you'll leave the ketchup, you've opened one, or you haven't opened up some, you leave on the counter, they have to throw those away. If you've touched it, they technically have to throw it away, because your fingerprints are on it, and if somebody else were to open it, you had some rare tropical disease, that could be passed through the ketchup container or something like that. So a lot of stuff gets thrown away, and again, caring about our dear neighbor, that's waste. So how can we eliminate waste in the things that we do? It's a way to engineer things as well. Some of us might think, well, that's about global warming, or it's about some other political or ecological thing, but it really isn't. It's really about kindness to our fellow man. And if you look at everything, a fellow woman, I should say, in this group for sure, fellow human. And we don't think about everything that way. We think about it sometimes in political, one side is versus the other, or tall, short, or fat, thin, or whatever, but it's not like that. It's just about people in general. And what can we do? What's our mark going to be? And that's actually what an entrepreneur is. An entrepreneur is a leader who wants to leave their mark on the world, who sees it slightly different than everybody else, and has the guts to go and do it.